Hey, good day. Really pleased again to join you in the audience. This is Lebanon in Depth. This is one of our commitments to transparency, to get into the community so the community can be aware of our departments. Today we're going to spend our time together, our 30 minutes together, delving into the operation of the City Recreation and Parks Department. I'm lucky enough today to have Paul Coates, our director, here today. Paul has a really fine crew of folks over there. They are such a pleasure to work with. And Paul, welcome. I really appreciate your time here.
Thank you.
Could you tell people a little bit about yourself, a little bit, Paul?
I can. My name is Paul Coates. I've been working for City of Lebanon for 10 years now. I originally came up as the recreation coordinator, which was a very fun job, getting to lead a lot of trips outdoors and coaching ball teams and all of that sort of thing. So that was my introduction to Lebanon. I love it up here. I originally came from Georgia and grew up just outside the city, went to college in Georgia, and ended up hiking along the little Appalachian Trail, which was my introduction to New England many years ago, and thought, hey, this would be a nice area to live in.
That's great. It is a wonderful area to live in. You know, as a newcomer here to the area out of New York, every day I get up and it was a pleasure to be here in Lebanon. Yeah. It's just such an exquisite place with such natural resource, such pleasures, so many people that just are so willing to connect with you. It's just a great place to live.
I think it's the best of all the worlds. I like some city life where there's opportunities to get some cultural interaction and see people and young people and a lot of energy going on, but I love the outdoors. That's my heart and soul, is to be in the outdoors. So there's plenty of hiking and boating and climbing and biking and skiing and all of the different things to do out here. So I've really enjoyed that part of the thing. But being in a small community where people actually know each other has been a real treat. You don't get that in Atlanta or in some of the bigger cities. It's a treat to New England.
Yeah, it can really reach out. Yeah. Now, we won't tell anybody in the audience out here. The audience, don't tell anybody about this, but actually the Recreation and Parks Department is my favorite city department.
Oh, good.
So no one tells anybody. Yeah, don't tell the other departments. But nevertheless, they are my favorites. And the reason they're favorites is that as the Lewis family grew up, my three children, as they've gone through, and we had some remarkable times with City Recreation and Parks. Mm-hmm. It's a place where our kids learned to swim. It's a place our kids went to their first camp. It's a place where our children engaged in first playing a musical type instruments, getting involved in music. They got involved in theater. Mm-hmm. And it was a really wide open opportunity for a family to grow together and to mature together and to go through different stages of life together. Yeah. And it's so healthy. And I wanted you to, today you're going to share with us our program, and I look forward to this. So why don't you begin, and where do we start? I mean, where do we start? You do so much.
It depends on what your interests are, right? I mean, I think the trademarks of a healthy recreation department is that it would hit on a lot of different interests that people have. Some people really love the arts. Some people really love being physically active. Some people just want to have a park to go and relax at. Some people really want to be involved with the sports program. So we try to hit on all of those cylinders and make it something so anybody who's coming into Lebanon or visiting Lebanon or a resident of Lebanon can have opportunity to do something that they like. Now, we can't offer everything that a huge metropolis has with the resources that they offer, but I think there's something for everybody here, and that's what we really strive to find.
So if I had my family and we had children, what would I look to for in the Recreation and Parks Department for children this summer?
Some of the more popular things are certainly day camp. Everybody wants to have something for their kids to do during the summertime, especially with parents working. We don't strive to be a daycare center, but we are a camp, very traditional camp with a lot of arts and crafts, team building exercises, sports, swimming lessons, and time at the pool, field trips. So we hire a lot of local students, college students, to come and be our camp counselors. And
oh, that's good.
It's
really fun when watching smaller children interact with college students and the college students interact with them.
I think one of the greatest things is being able to have a program where adults and young adults want to be engaged with younger kids. So everything that we do, we consider a mentoring opportunity for younger kids, whether it be by coaching baseball or being a Camp K counselor. It's an opportunity to mentor a kid. So we seek to hire folks who are really interested in working with youth and that have a good head on their shoulders and want to do good things and be involved.
You do, and I know that during the summer we employ quite a few people. Your staff kind of gets really expanded really quickly there.
We get big. Our little office gets pretty crowded at some time during the summertime. But a lot of people don't know that Lebanon has a great outdoor pool that's run in the summertime, and that's a huge summer attraction. Hopefully, we actually get summer this year. It's been quite cold and rainy, but last summer we just had a huge turnout. People wanting to come to the pool to beat the heat waves.
I mean, everybody's ready for the pool. I mean, it's cold. I saw the pool. There's no water in it.
Yeah, it's not a good time yet. But it's good for the frogs. We're getting all those guys out of there right now.
I don't want them to swim with us.
But a lot of lifeguards. In fact, we're still needing to hire some lifeguards. So if anybody out there is a lifeguard certified person who wants to get some hours at the pool.
That's good news. If anybody wants to be a lifeguard,
yes.
Here's an opportunity. My daughter was a lifeguard,
yes.
and she found that was really great. She was a lifeguard while she was a senior in high school, and she was a lifeguard when she was in college.
Mm-hmm.
And it's those who have taken that training and are certified to become lifeguards,
mm-hmm.
and to be a lifeguard, here's a good opportunity.
It's a great way to make a living.
How would they find if they wanted to pursue being a lifeguard with us? How would they do that?
It's on the city's website in the employment page, so you can contact the Human Resources Office or just come right to the Recreation Department. We can steer you in the right direction.
Excellent. So you guys out there certified to be lifeguard, please come and help us. We need some help and earn some extra money and help us this summer and make sure it's a safe summer at the pool.
That's right. So we do have the pool going on. And another interesting note about the pool is that it's open for a limited number of days during the course of the whole year. However, when it is open, it's really packed. And one of the cool things that we have this year is a new connector trail that we just built last year that's going to go from the rail trail to the pool. So in the past, people who wanted to walk or bike to the pool had to go down Pumping Station Road. There wasn't really a sidewalk. Now you can go right down the rail trail, and there's a handicap accessible trail that connects to the pool, so anybody can access it very easily.
It's like the old days growing up where you could walk to the pool.
Yeah.
You get your towel, and you get, if you're carrying some other things for you, you can actually walk to the pool.
It's really
you don't
easy
need to
now.
drive.
You can push a baby stroller. You can be in a wheelchair if you want to. You can get there.
Oh, that's just excellent. That's
right.
just excellent. That's excellent.
So so beyond the day camp and the pool activities, there are some summer sports. Everybody is interested in summer sports opportunities. There's traditionally there's a lot of camps that involve. So there's a baseball camp that we partner with. We have football camps. We have soccer camps, track and field camp, golf camp. My goodness. There's probably some others that I'm not thinking of, but we try to get tennis opportunities going on, and we also have summer baseball, summer softball, which actually have registration deadlines this weekend. So
we're right upon it.
Yes.
Now, if people want to register or seek to find more information about the camps and these classes and these sports, how would they do that?
The easiest way is a very functional website through the city webpages, so lebcity.com or lebnh.net. And the recreation page has a viewable program guide, which actually looks like this. I brought one to the show, so that's our program guide. You can get it in print.
Yeah, that's a nice looking one. That's
yeah.
Boy, it looks like it's pretty thick. It's not
there's a lot going on.
One-page document in there, isn't it?
This is true. This is our spring and summer, and there's a lot going on in here. And you'll notice when you're looking through this that we actually partner with a lot of organizations to offer a lot of the rec programs that we have. So we're working with the Lebanon High School track and field staff. We're working with the 4U Golf Center for golfing. We're working with the Challenger sports camps to do a soccer camp. So a lot of different groups involved with us.
A lot of collaboration going on in our program with these other community partners. That's a really nice way to approach it.
We have to do it that way. These are our resources that we have. We like to capitalize on that and let more people be involved in what's going on.
Bring a lot of talent to bear, a lot of good coaches.
That's right.
Coaching is fun. Do you get a coach?
I get to coach. I coach the middle school track and field team currently.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, it's a good way for me to get from behind the desk every now and then and stay in touch with the kids and the families around here, and I have a great time coaching them.
Oh, so, that's wonderful. Coaching is fun. I've been a coach, and
good.
It is great fun. It's great fun.
What did you coach before?
I coach soccer. I
good.
coach youth soccer.
All right, we'll sign you up this fall.
I was carrying my. Back in the days when the kids were, I was one of those people. You're a hockey parent, a soccer parent, basketball parent, whatever your children tend to migrate toward, and soccer was the game, and And of course, you have parents associations. I'm always so proud of watching parents now. I miss the days when I'd be unloading the Dodge Caravan full of soccer kids.
Right.
And then I see parents here in Lebanon, doing the things that I used to do, bringing them to that's really great. Parenting is great.
Yes.
Parent involvement in youth sports is really great. And it's just, I think it's one of my fondest memories of engaging in that. So it was really nice.
It's a great time. It's a great way to enjoy the summer or any sports season with your kids. It becomes a family environment, but you don't just sit on the sideline and read a book or something. Nothing wrong with that. We certainly have plenty of parents that do that, but we think it's more interesting if you actually get out on the field.
Yeah.
So we're always trying to recruit parents and even non-parents to be involved with our youth programs and volunteer to coach, because I think it's a lot of fun. And some of the greatest experiences people have are talking about watching the kids that they've coached get their first hit or score their first goal or get their first takeaway and things of that nature. So we like for people to be able to experience that joy.
And notice how many sports there were. You really kind of cover the ground. I know that our resources are limited, but we are covering the ground on the sports.
We're fortunate to have a couple of outside organizations that run things like youth baseball in the spring for the city of Lebanon, and the hockey program runs all the ice hockey. But we take pretty much everything else. I hope I didn't leave somebody out right off the top of my head, but there's a lot of soccer and field hockey and the baseball, softball in the summertime. We recently have taken on tackle football, so that's run all through the rec department now, as well as cheerleading. So there's quite a bit summer into fall.
Yeah, because it kind of blends together there in that August period.
It does. Summers are short in New England. So.
Of course, I'm from Minnesota, and there was like it was like a couple of days of summer.
It feels that way.
It was pretty wicked there. So I'm kind of blessed, but it is a short time, so that's why it's got to be so intense. We got to get in there and enjoy it.
We started right off, and it seems like this year with all the snow days we've had, everything starting, it seems like a week later. So we're crunching it all right into a short season, which makes it a very exciting season. In fact, the farmers market is starting up in just a couple of weeks.
Oh, is it? I love the farmers market. I went to the winter farmers market when I first came here, my first month here.
Good.
And I think each month I made the farmers market the winter one.
Fantastic.
But the summer one sounds more expansive.
It's much bigger. It's grown even this year. We maxed out at 30 some odd vendors last year, and we're up to 45 this year. So
when does it occur? Is it a certain day of the week?
Well, I tell you, Thursdays are the time to be around Lebanon Green. There's this from noon all the way through the whole day. There is something happening on Lebanon Green. So we hope for good weather on Thursdays. But so every week on Thursday from 4 to 7 is the farmers market. And that includes not only all the vendors and the agricultural vendors and the prepared foods and the arts and crafts and folks of that nature, but typically there's some community member who's putting together a booth to explain who they are, what they do. We've had the Kilton Library Committee out many times and people like that. So there's always some way of engaging with the community. A lot of people just come without spending a dime and just so they can see their neighbors around the green. So that's welcome because we have music. And it's always local talent.
Well, that is really great. It's the community coming together, and in the modern world, in a lot of places in the United States, the communities don't come together anymore. We're all in a car driving on a freeway, and there's an opportunity here on Thursdays on the green.
The green is a logical, very easy place to bring people together. And actually, we have plans and hopes. We don't have it designed yet, but a way of doing the same thing in the West Lebanon area. Behind the Kilton, there's such a nice green back there now, and an area to congregate.
I saw that. I call him Library Lou. He showed me where there was going to be benches, and then there was going to be activities, and there was going to be some farmer market type activity.
Right. Our plan is to eventually have a prepared food market over there every now and then. So. Again, we haven't designed it yet, but that's what we really hope to do.
That's a nice future thing. Yeah. Special events this summer, things that we all should be having in our mind.
Absolutely.
What might they be?
Well, again, from the traditional, where we have the Monday night concerts, a lot of the community bands, and some of the community bands are actually going to highlight the Lebanon 250 celebration, which I'm sure we'll talk about in a moment. But there's free concerts on Monday nights. Starting 6 o'clock is our picnic preview, and then we have the regular show that comes on after that. So we have a whole schedule of that again on our website, and we'll have some flyers coming around soon. But also special events. We have Thursdays in the park around noontime is children's programs with puppet theaters and dance. And
I love puppet theaters.
Oh,
puppet
yeah.
theaters are
They're
really
fun.
Very cool.
They get the kids up and down and dancing and laughing and having a good time.
Kids really get into puppet. I mean,
they do.
I mean, they have their imaginations. They haven't been rotted away like some of ours as they get older. Is that they have such imagination that puppet is really alive.
That's true.
And I've watched kids watch puppet shows, and that is really good.
Well, the interesting thing too is kids aren't too shy about getting up and shaking their stuff. So they get up and have a good time dancing around and singing their songs. And we as adults tend to stand back a little bit. But the funny thing is that changes on Thursday nights when we have the Front Porch Music Series. Some national bands, big bands come, and again, it's free. We have a lot of partners that help funnel some finances into the program. Of course, it's sponsored by the City of Lebanon as well, and big shows coming to the Lebanon Green on Thursday nights at our Front Porch Music Series, and we have a really exciting lineup this year. But it's really interesting.
Is it all the same kind of music, or is there variety?
It's variety. We've had Cajun, we've had folk music, we've had regular rock and roll, some bands from the 70s, some bands that are current. It's been a lot.
A lot of people go to these huge folk festivals. They have them all around the United. They have them. They have some up in Canada. They have some in the United States. And that if you go to those kind of things, where sometimes my children have drugged me to those things. You better get out. You're in the campers. You're on the ground, and the rain comes, the mosquitoes come. But here, in the comfort of the green, you could get a slice of what happens at those folk concerts, those folk events.
It's a good sample.
And music events where you have all these types of different music. So and it's manageable. I mean, some of our lives are pretty busy, but here you could take a little bit of slice of having that experience.
That's right.
And enjoy it, and it's more manageable, more accessible for you, and certainly financial affordable. Everyone's affordability these days has to be a carefully considered thing, and so here's an opportunity.
Free is a good price, and what the neat thing is, I have to admit, I didn't even know of some of the bands that we had last summer, but said, well, it hasn't been bad yet.
Yeah.
So introduced to a lot of bands that I really enjoy listening to all the time now.
I'm really looking forward to it. My son is music performer.
Oh, that's right, I remember.
And he's here visiting us in between his end of this semester and some work he's going to do at a college this summer.
Nice.
And we've always been into that now. So here we are in Lebanon. We get a chance to get down to there and watch some of the entertainment.
It'll be fun. And a lot of people get up and dance. It's really kind of interesting. All of a sudden, everybody who's been reserved and very cautious, you can see people standing up and getting excited.
You can feel the comfort levels there. It's a safe place.
We're all friends.
Everyone's gonna feel comfortable with that. So that's good. I like it.
A couple other special events going on. New offerings. With new staff comes new ideas. We have our new recreation coordinators, are Chrissy Flythe and Rick Desharness, and they're bringing lots of great ideas and a lot of new energy to the department. So Chrissy's starting up on Tuesdays, dancing in the park around noon for kids, families to come, and we'll have music and we'll just some dance lessons and get exposure.
So somebody could, because most people go, I don't really know
I know,
dance. I mean, I really can't dance, people would say.
Right, there's opportunity. We'll have exposures to different dance groups that are around to have instruction, and they'll be out there showing some of the things that they do. But some of it will just be free form too, and they'll come out and just dance and have a good time. And then also on Wednesdays, there's story time in the park again for the little kids. So we have all that looking forward to, and both of those happen at noon on the green. So no reason to be bored during the summertime. I can't imagine a reason to be bored.
The anniversary, we can do that. We'll probably flip back and around here a little bit, but I don't want us to lose track of the anniversary that's coming up. We've got a big occasion coming up on July 4th.
That's right. 1761, Governor Wentworth signed the proclamation that said Lebanon, among 12 other towns, or 12 towns in the Upper Valley, will all be considered townships for New Hampshire. And so a lot of planning region-wide for celebrating the 250, and Lebanon's not getting left out of that. We have a committee that's together who's planning a lot of historic walks. A new passport will be out where you can do a self-guided history tour of downtown.
How's the passport work? I saw that we're going to have with passports.
It'll be a free little pamphlet that you can get, and it'll be available, we hope, by Alumni Day on June 11th, Alumni Day weekend for Lebanon. And it's just a pamphlet. It has, I think, 13 buildings in areas in downtown Lebanon and 4 or 5 in West Lebanon of areas that are viable where you can actually go and visit, and we'll have stamps at some of those buildings or instructions on where to get your passport stamped. So just like if you had a passport to travel internationally, you get to travel within Lebanon and say, all right, I went there, we'll stamp your passport.
So you're basically traveling back in the past in Lebanon.
Somewhat, yeah.
And there's different places that have historic meaning and purpose. And I think for those who love history, this is a real good opportunity to explore history and support the history and
That's right.
preservation of the community.
That's right. And the passport has a nice little write-up about what each building was at its time. There's a lot of history in Lebanon, and I don't even know a lot of it until recently as I'm working with this committee of people putting on the 250. So, but Lebanon and West Lebanon have become such more walkable communities now as well, with the sidewalks and the trails we're developing and all those things. So it's a walking passport. You get to get out and have some exercise just by walking through town, but making it interesting by going by some of these places.
It's part of that helping the community be an active community, because I know one of your themes is the active community.
That's right. Right. Inspiring play. We have a lot of different little things that we like to focus on, and being a livable, walkable community is something that's important for our community to be able to focus around and do that sort of thing.
That's good. That'll be so much fun. It's a learning thing, and and if you do it with your children, I had the opportunity to go to the home in which Abraham Lincoln raised his children.
Oh, no kidding.
In Illinois. And when you go into a historical setting like that, there's an eerie feeling when you're in there, and you have a little pamphlet that'll say what it is, and you can see, imagine what it was like for the persons that lived there during the era in which this facility, this building, this house was developed. And when you went in the Lincoln home, you almost could see Lincoln on the floor, because he had a study where Lincoln would lay on the floor and he would read to his children, and they would play with him on the floor. He was such a tall man that it would show exactly where he would lay on the floor, and the thing was all preserved and protected. And he never returned home because when he went away to serve the country, he was of course assassinated and never came home. And it's also just kind of touching that you could actually see that and experience that. So when we go to these historic homes in Lebanon, there's human touch here that has come before us, and we're going back and we're touching it again. And so it's a nice occasion with children and saying how you feel about it, really honestly how you feel about that situation, because we have to respect the history of preservation of Lebanon. So this is a nice combination of walking, being active, being community, having a learning experience, taking your children and really talking with the children about what's seen there, and help them read what it's about. And
absolutely.
It gives a different perspective on things.
And you bring up a good point. Just by being at a place, it helps you remember some of the history that's gone on in an area, being in the Lincoln home. And we'll have the Soldiers Memorial Building open, and there's a lot of really cool artifacts in there that'll be on display on both Alumni Day, June 11th, and on the 4th of July. Those are our 2 big celebration days planned at the moment. Is Alumni Day, to have some tours of local buildings and things of that nature going on, along with the Alumni Day Parade. But 4th of July is really our show for the 250, and that's the biggest special.
What are some of the things that happen on the 4th?
We have a lot planned. There's a breakfast being offered in the morning by American Legion on the Green.
Oh, good.
So that we don't know exactly what time, but around 8 o'clock.
Uh-huh.
And then the coolest thing, the whole things are cool, so I won't exaggerate too much. But we'll have some old school games going on down at Eldridge Field.
Oh, cool.
And we hope to have a Guinness Book of World Records, not a competition, the Guinness Book of World Record of pickup sticks.
Okay, so attempt to get into the Guinness.
To have Lebanon, New Hampshire in the Guinness Book of World Records.
So what's that mean? What do you do to get?
We have to have sticks? The biggest sticks make the world record. So the sticks that we're trying to make are 5 inches in diameter and about 30 feet long. And we'll play a game of pickup sticks with these things. So I know it's like, really, is that going to work? But it works. So we're hoping to make this go. And we're really excited. If anybody wants to get involved with that, we're hoping to get some more volunteers to help us out. But the world record used to live in New Hampshire in another community, and it's since has gone overseas. We're hoping to bring it back to the state.
So we got to get into pickup sticks.
We got to get into pickup sticks.
All right, everybody's going to have to Google pickup sticks and understand the nuances of picking up sticks.
Remember the old school games that we have.
Yeah.
But one of the really cool things is at 11:30, the fire department is having the Patriot flag come into Lebanon.
Oh, I've heard of the Patriot flag.
That's the one where
they took all these other flags and Is that the one I think?
Oh my gosh, I don't even know that detail.
Well,
it's
I think they did. They
thing.
took a lot of these flags and put them together in the Patriot flag, and
I know
in
it's
honor
huge.
of 9/11. And,
That's right. That's right.
All the fighters, because I think we all live with the ghost of the fighters going up,
Absolutely.
as other people are coming down. Because firefighters go where the fire goes, and they go where and they did. And it was our memories are always as we talk about these things, and celebrate on the 4th of July and celebrate our anniversary. We remember things like that, where we remember those firefighters going up while people were coming down, and what kind of service and bravery it took to go up. And that's really neat, and I'm glad the fire department's doing that.
We're really excited, and it's an honor for Lebanon to have this flag coming through Lebanon, especially on a momentous day like the 4th of July. It fits so well in with our 250 celebration, but this flag is huge. It's going to be 30 feet long by 60 feet, 60 by 30, so we'll actually have a ladder truck on North Park Street. We're closing down the street to have this ladder truck display the flag, and we'll have some great speeches, and the American Legion will have a color guard going on, and they're going to serve lunch. We'll have music starting up after that's over at 12:30. And then from about 2:30 on, we'll have free music on the green. We'll have food vendors out. We'll have all kinds of little crafts and games and stuff like that happening on the green, a dunk tank going on. Anything that's fun, we're trying to have it on the green from 2:30 on. You can camp out for the whole day. At about dusk, around 9 o'clock, we're having wish lanterns, which is a new thing for Lebanon, where seems to be a neat idea for the 250 celebration, but you actually, in a very environmentally conscious way, we have these completely biodegradable wish lanterns that you light, and they go off into the sky and show all these amazing colors. And then the fireworks display at 9:30 caps it all off. So we're excited about all of those things.
That is so good. As we kind of wrap up here,
yes.
Is there something on the future horizon that you'd like to make sure people make mention of?
Oh, it seems like we could talk for another couple hours on all the things that we have going on. Some things we're really excited about are the Mascoma River Greenway. We really hope to connect the rail trail from Lebanon to West Lebanon and make it an alternative transportation recreation corridor that goes through. So we're in a project of that right now, trying to bring community into that.
That would be so cool, so great to connect the two.
It really would.
Our two downtown areas, and that would be a wonderful way of connecting our community.
And we're actually retrofitting the first bridge in downtown Lebanon this summer with some funds that we received. So we're excited about that, and that'll be a first visible project. We have future hopes of actually partnering again. We use that word a lot with the school district, and hopefully moving some of the recreation operations over to Seminary Hill School when that's no longer is an active school, and having the recreation center there. So again, a lot to work out with that, and we really hope that that's something that the community can
that'll be interesting. We look at review. I told the superintendent that as she came here as a superintendent and I came here as city manager, that one of my commitments working between the city and the school.
Yes,
is that we really are good. We are partners. We should grow and improve our partnering, and we'll find ways of doing that.
Right.
So she and I both have agreed that we'll find ways of doing that.
That's good news.
Yeah, she's going to take me on a tour of the schools. She regularly goes through the schools.
Yes. As
superintendent. She's going to take me out on one of her superintendent visits. So
excellent.
I look forward to that.
The school does a lot of great things, and we partner with them in so many different ways. And we try not to overlap on things, and we do a good job of doing all that together.
In our closing couple minutes, are the things that we missed here, or just anywhere in the kind of scope? I'm going to have you back again. I think we'll come back every season and figure out the seasons in the fall and winter, but here the summer's upon us. Any last thoughts?
One of the programs that we have that I feel most excited and proud of is our outdoor adventure programming. So we recognize that not every child is really big into soccer or baseball and things, but we live in a playground, an outdoors playground. So we have a very solid outdoor adventure program that's offered through the summertime, where we can take kids kayaking and rock climbing and hiking and backpacking and camping, and teach them how to make fires in the proper way, and shelters if you ever get stuck in. A lot of different stuff. Mountain biking,
and that could draw on children as we close. That could draw on children that might feel uncomfortable with some of the organized sports. It might help them find what their needs are, what their identities are, and doing something active and outdoors and healthy, and with others, and building relationships. So
yes,
I really appreciate you being here today, Paul. As you see at home, you know what a magnificent department we have in Parks and Recreation, all the program we have. Look at the partners we have. Look at the people that are coming forward and standing up to help our community. So with that today, go out and enjoy some of that recreation in parks, and we'll see you next time.
Very nice. Thank you.